Buenos días, soy Eduardo Berrocal de Internet Sales Company, que es un colaborador de esta conferencia y vicepresidente. Gracias a todos por venir. Yo muy brevemente voy a introducir a Brian Kalma de Zappos. Brian tiene 32 años, lleva 7 años en Zappos. Zappos, la verdad es que es una historia de éxito en Estados Unidos muy importante, menos conocida en España, quizás más este año, porque la compañía ha sido adquirida por Amazon, creo que en primavera. Y digo que es una historia de éxito porque la empresa empezó apenas hace 10 años. Es una empresa especializada en vender zapatos, aunque luego abrió su línea de negocio a bolsos, ropa y complementos. Y estamos hablando de una compañía que el año pasado facturó $1 billón y que cuenta con nada menos que 1.400 empleados. Solo vende online, como no podía ser de otra forma en una conferencia como esta. Y Brian en concreto nos va a hablar de la experiencia de usuario en una tienda online, en su tienda online, y de las distintas formas que tiene de interactuar el cliente con la tienda en todo el proceso de compra y de relación de atención al cliente. Brian, cuando quieras.
Thanks for having me, allowing me to be here. I like to start these things off when I talk by asking a simple question. So maybe with a show of hands, just to get an idea of here, who here have heard of Zappos.com? Okay, more than I thought. And maybe the next question is, who here has purchased from Zappos? Okay, considerably smaller, that makes sense. But it kind of helps set the stage on kind of what to talk about. So this is me if I were an 80s rock star. I currently head up the user experience team and a new product team at Zappos. It's a new venture for us, and I'll give a little history as to what kind of brought me to this place, really. So I started off building the product photography team at Zappos. For us, that was important to kind of photograph the shoes, which is what we sell mostly in different angles. And eventually that position evolved to become, creative services and marketing. And at the time, we were still growing really quickly. We didn't have a dedicated front-end development team. We built one of those, and eventually started realizing, wow, we have a brand. It's something we need to pay attention to. Created a brand marketing team and design team, and eventually launched, some of the social stuff we've been doing. But all along, it led me to the user experience group that I'm in right now. So very quickly, kind of a little bit of background about Zappos. I started 10 years ago. We just had our 10-year anniversary a few months back. We currently have 1,400 employees, half between Las Vegas and half in Kentucky. Kentucky is where our fulfillment center is at. And our slogan is powered by service, and I think you'll hear me be very repetitive throughout this presentation, that customer service is our value proposition. And we really pride ourselves on our shipping. And we do fast, free shipping, so anything the customer buys is overnighted for free. We don't have the customers pay for shipping. That's been a big piece of what we believe our success to be around. And we have what we call license plate numbers on every single product in our warehouse that allows us to keep track of every single box of shoes independently. So our inventory is 100% accurate. So if you see it on the site, you can buy it and you will get it the next day. Selection. When we started off back in the day, we didn't really have a handle on what it is that would make us successful, but we quickly realized that selection was king. If you go to shop online, you need to have another reason to. So we currently have 1,200 brands, I think, a little over 1,200 brands, and a little over 1 million unique UPCs in one specific warehouse. I mentioned earlier, we photograph all our items in multiple angles. A while back, there was this idea, I guess it was like 7 years ago when I started looking at a pair of shoes, and I was like, how come we only show one side of a shoe? If someone's going to buy this online, they can't even try it on. You got to show multiple angles. So we launched this thing called multi-view, and all of a sudden it became this industry standard. And at the time, it just seemed like a no-brainer. So as we go along in our business, a lot of our decisions we make are simply because we look at the market and we be like, well, how come no one's doing that? So we do it, and we hope that it resets standards. And, ultimately our slogan is this: that was the service company that happens to sell shoes, clothing, handbags, eyewear, and probably eventually a bunch of other stuff. We don't really look at it in our business now as the products we sell, it's the service we sell. So, a few more quick stats before we get into the good stuff. We currently have 12 million purchasing customers. It equates to just shy of 4% of the U.S. population. Unfortunately, we do not ship internationally. Hopefully that will change. purchased in the past 12 months. Repeat customers are really what drive our business. So on any given day now, about 75% of all purchases that day is from a repeat customer. So it's important to kind of build that brand loyalty, that brand longevity for us. And clearly the numbers show that repeat customers are more valuable. So the first-time customer will purchase at about $112, but returning customers purchase $143. Sorry. So some quick numbers. We've been around for about 10 years. We started barely selling anything. Every time a sale happened, back in the early days, a little alarm went off in the offices denoting a sale, but eventually things started picking up, and having that alarm go off every minute became quite annoying. So we turned it off, and all of a sudden the business started booming, and last year we passed $1 billion in gross merchandise sales, and we're on par to beat this year by close to 20%. So it's good for us. So a few things I'd like to share that we feel are kind of foundational, things that help us get to where we are, basics. What customers see first, it's important for us to make sure that our 1-800 number is clearly indicated on every single page, no matter where you are on the entire site. We want customers to pick up the phone and call us. We run our call center 24 hours a day. Free shipping, we realized that to kind of get people over the hurdle of buying online versus going into a store, we needed to offer something that kind of helped them get over that. And free shipping was what that was, and it kind of set a standard, at least in our industry in the States, where lots of companies now are moving towards this model. Free return shipping. You buy an item, it doesn't fit you, send it back for free, no cost whatsoever. It's a big expense of ours, but we build that into our marketing costs. We spend the money on shipping that most companies spend on traditional marketing. And 365-day return policy, we make sure that's clearly noted on every page of the site as well. Fortunately for us, over 90% of returns happen in the first 30 days, but this is a good piece, a good proposition that gets customers over that hump of, trying to make a decision whether to purchase or not. Actual experience now is that, I mentioned earlier, we have these things called LPNs, license plate numbers, that we put on every single box of shoes in the warehouse. It's basically puts us just shy of 100% accuracy, so if someone sees it on the site, they can't buy it. We say we're going to do, we say free shipping. We say you can get the item in 3 to 5 days, but we always upgrade our customers to free overnight shipping. So they think we're going to get it in 3 days, but we actually surprise them, upgrade them to overnight shipping. So you'll get an email a few hours after a purchase saying, wow, look at this, we've upgraded you to one-night shipping. And that usually creates incredible buzz and positive return customer rates. Customer service is our proposition. We have a really huge call center, about 400 or so people answering phones, no scripts whatsoever. And we'll talk a little bit about that in the next slide. One big thing that we do that helps our customers is if they call us or they can't find a product that they're looking for, we will find it for them on our competitor sites and direct them to our competition. Big point there is that helps us build that loyalty. We want our customers to know we're not just in this for the money, we're in this to make people happy. Most of the time, those customers who we send to our competitors to buy our product actually come back to us because we've helped them. So internally, with our customer service, our call center, we have no call time, no limits, there's no scripts, there's no performance for sales. We want our reps to have real conversations with our customers. It's not about getting someone on the phone and getting them out quickly. Some of our call center reps take 3 or 4 calls a day because they're on a phone call for over an hour each time. It's absolutely crazy, but it's a good piece of the puzzle that helps us kind of build that loyalty. Our warehouses run 24/7. You can buy an item at midnight. It's going to be on a plane within a few hours. We're located right near the UPS hub. Inventory, all product, we don't do any drop shipping. Any item on the site that you can see to purchase, we actually already own. So that allows us to control the experience a little bit better. And every single employee in the company goes through culture and core value training, where you spend 4 weeks training to be a call center rep, actually getting on the phone and talking to customers. And you also spend a week in the warehouse picking product, shipping product, doing everything that it takes to fulfill a total order. It's absolutely a lot of fun and kind of embeds that service mentality into everyone's heads. And we have a thing that we call a culture book that every single employee contributes to every year. We all are asked to submit, a writing paragraph on a page, whatever, that says, what does it mean to work at Zappos? We take this culture book and we send it out to anyone who wants it. So at the end of this presentation, I'll give you my email address. If you want it, send me an email. I'll send you our culture book free of charge. It's a physical book. And when we hire people, we don't just hire for talent, we hire for culture fit. If we feel the person who we're interviewing is exceptionally smart and brilliant, but will not fit within a culture of a company, we don't hire that person. And that really is, again, there all to help drive home that fact that we have a certain mentality we want our company to stand behind, and that is service and culture. A couple other things we learned is it's important to give your customers a voice on your site. So customer reviews has become a commonplace. When we started this back in the day, we were taking influence from Amazon and a few other companies that were doing this as well. It helps lend credibility. I think everyone is used to customer reviews at this point, but it's also proven to be a wonderful SEO tool for us as well as we start seeing traffic coming from as a result of customer reviews. And also give your customers a feedback mechanism on the site. Some customers aren't going to pick up the phone and call you. So if you give them an opportunity to build a community around feedback on your site, sometimes the customer's questions will be self-serving by other customers. So for us, it also helps us build empathy, kind of builds us credibility and lends us to build a community on our site. And helps repeat visits. We see our customers now serve